Now this is my Jeep, early afternoon, December 28th, Monday, and I'm still waiting on some parts to come in. My transducer switch came in for the AC. I was going to go ahead and change that out sometime this week. I got my blower working to my AC, but still no AC. And I'm waiting on a overhead console switch for the sunroof. I'll put that in as soon as it arrives. And what I thought I'd do today, I pulled my front wheel off and I'm inspecting the brakes and the shocks and springs and stuff. And the brakes are in pretty bad shape, so that's another thing. I found we're going to definitely have to do a brake job. There's a lot of wear on the rotors, and I didn't take the calipers off, but what little I can see of the pads don't look too good. Looks like these brakes may have been abused and just not taken care of. But anyway, that's just something else I'm checking out. There's a lot to do on this old Jeep. It's keeping me busy, but I'm happy with it because I've spent a lot more money since I bought it, probably 3 times as much as I paid for it so far in parts, and I had to buy some tools. But anyway, I'm not disappointed because I knew it had a lot of work to do on it. Anyway, that's my Jeep update. Paul Stevens out for now. And good morning, Paul Stevens. My Jeep. Date is 12/31, New Year's Day, last day of 2020. And I'll be doing a little work on my Jeep. I'll be doing some odds and ends. Today I'm going to spend a couple hours on this door right here. I'm going to see if I can figure out how to get it open. And I had some parts come in, then later this afternoon I've got an AC transducer switch. It's hard to see, but it switches back in here, connected to one of these lines here. I'm gonna be changing that out. I'm gonna go ahead and take the fan and shroud out because I'm gonna put a connector on that. I don't know if I get that today, but that's one of my plans. And let's see what else came. Oh, I have an idler pulley and a tensioner pulley. Here's the idler pulley. Now here's my transducer right here, and here's the tensioner pulley. I'm going to change all these out. You know, from the last video I had a bunch of noise on startup. Sounded like pulleys, so I'm going to change. Yeah, my neighbor's a mechanic, and he was looking at it. He suggested before I do anything else, because I suspected maybe the alternator or the power steering pulleys, and he suggested change the tensioner pulley and the idler pulley out first and see what we got then. And after I do that, if it's still making noise, then I'm going to be looking into the alternator and power steering. I'll update a little bit later. My Jeep update. Okay, on the door, I was able to get the inside panel off. The inside panel I just put back in place, but I disconnected the rods and pulled and pushed on both the rods, but couldn't get the door to unlatch. And I'm thinking now that probably have to do some body work to it before I can get it open because of this damage right here. See that it's pushed up underneath the door. I guess it's putting pressure on it. So I could not, I don't know if you can see this, but I had this completely off, and in the back of the vehicle I just put it back up and hooked it back up to see, because I found that the plug, I don't know if you can see that, this is lousy. The plug there, the wiring harness, it was unplugged, so I plugged it back in, but there's still no response on the lock or the latch. But I disconnected those rods. I manually tried to open it, and no joy on that. So I'm gonna try to get somebody over here that knows a little bit about this before I go. I don't want to mess my door up, because I think the door is still usable. Got a little bit of damage to it. I don't really care about the quarter panel. But getting back over here, I took the fan back out. See that right there? And I marked my the wires that I had spliced. And while I got the fan out, I'm going to try to put some connectors on there. Actually, I ordered a new fan motor and fan, because I'm just not sure about this. I don't know if it's putting out, it looks like it's been on here since manufactured. Well, I got a new fan and motor coming. The plug connector will already be on the fan, so I'll just have to get a connector, put it on the power source there. Anyway, that's an update. Anyway, the tensioner, I'm gonna put it on a little bit later after lunch, and the pulley, the idler pulley here, evidently they sent me the wrong one. This is a component that goes to the tensioner, and here's the old one, and it is making some noise. Bearings are shot on it. This one here, when I mount it up, it freezes because it's not the right hardware, and I just don't think it's the right pulley for the idler. So I'm gonna get online and see about trying to find me a metal pulley like this, probably an aftermarket replacement for Chrysler products, because it's a lot heavier than this one. And I'm not going to put it back on because it is making noise. When I spin it, I can hear it, and it's rough. Anyway, out for now. And this is my Jeep update, January 1st, 2021. And my neighbor, who's a mechanic, come over and inspected this right front for me, and he suggested I do the brakes, and I am. The back of the front don't look too bad, but the back side of the rotor is terrible, a lot of wear. So I'll be ordering some rotors and brake pads And I think I'm going to go ahead and do all 4. I may do the bearings too. And I worked on the door again with no luck. Tried to go, I took this rubber piece off. See it sitting right there. Took it off from here. And I took the one off inside also. And I still was unable to get anything done with getting this door open. It is jammed shut as hard as it's ever been. So I'm gonna have to get some advice on that because I don't want to damage the door any more than it is. I don't really care about this quarter panel because my plans on that is putting some armor lower quarter panel over this area and the other side also. And so I don't care how banged up this gets, but that door I want to save if I can. I still got some issues back here. I got a sensor problem. I'm not sure. This got damaged back here. You can see when it got hit. Still got that to contend with, and I'm probably going to get me another skid plate for the gas tank because that one is messed up pretty bad. It's got a large dent in it, and one side has a bolt and a brace missing. Anyway, that's some issues I'm gonna continue on this afternoon, and I'll be checking wiring and the latches. I know I've got these latches here on both sides. I've lubricated them. I don't know if there's another latch. Now here's something I just noticed that's that could be it right there. I didn't notice that was disconnected. I'll check that out later. And if it works, I'll give you an update on it. But a couple other things I did, and I've already made a short video on it. Just left my flashlight on. That's a knucklehead thing to do. I put the new idler pulley in. I'm waiting, tensioner pulley. And I'm waiting on a new idler pulley. They sent me the wrong one. This will not work. This is too small a diameter for one thing, and it will not fit upright. I've got another one similar to this, metal one coming. And anyway, I'm gonna do a little more analyzing on the electronics and things. I'm gonna give up on the door for now, and I'll update if I make any headway. My Jeep out. It's beautiful. Everyone should be proud of that flag. Do not dishonor it.